Hi everyone, welcome back to my Elden Ring series where I make a build for every melee weapon in the game. In this video, I'll be covering the Glintstone Kris. The Glintstone Kris is a dagger that requires 5 strength, 12 dexterity, and 16 intelligence to wield, and deals physical and magic damage, scaling primarily with dexterity and intelligence. It can be acquired at the end of Sorceress Selen's questline if you side with her against Jaren at the Raya Lucaria Grand Library. This weapon comes with a unique skill called Glintstone Dart, which offers a chargeable magic projectile and an optional follow-up lunging attack. For this build, I decided to power stance the Glintstone Kris alongside a Cold Misery Cord, which gets similar dex int scaling and also gives us access to Frostbite. My playstyle consists of using the Glintstone Dart weapon skill whenever possible to deal high bursts of magic damage, as well as taking advantage of the fast dual-wield dagger attacks to deal with enemies that get too close. The Glintstone Dart skill is very powerful with the right setup and allows us to make quick work of most enemies from range. Our offhand cold weapon will occasionally allow us to proc frost on larger enemies, which will make them take more damage from all sources for the duration of the status effect. An alternate option for this build would be to use an offhand staff to cast sorceries, which would be another good pairing for the Glintstone Kris, but you might want to go for a slightly different stat spread if you opt to go this route. For my playstyle, the stats that I went for at level 150 were 55 Vigor, 20 Mind, 14 Endurance, 10 Strength, 50 Dexterity, 60 Intelligence, and 10 Faith and Arcane. 55 Vigor is enough in my opinion despite having light armor since we will spend a good chunk of our fights at range. 20 Mind might seem low, but the Glintstone Dart skill only uses 10 FP, so it is extremely cheap and I really didn't find myself hurting for FP at all. Our endurance is low, but that is fine since I rarely found myself running out of stamina as long as you play smart, and we do not need much equip load at all. I split my damage stats fairly equally between dexterity and intelligence due to the scaling of the melee damage on our daggers. I did skew a little bit in favor of intelligence, and that is because the magic projectile of our weapon skill is only affected by intelligence, and we will be using it a lot. It is worth considering taking 20 more points out of dexterity to go up to 80 intelligence, but I chose not to since we already hit very hard with our skill as is, and dexterity is still important for regular melee attacks as well as the follow-up lunging attack of the skill. For my armor set, I kept it simple and opted to wear the full Spellblade set. This set doesn't offer much protection, but it does allow us to light roll, and it does fit the theme of the weapon quite well. Each piece of the set also gives a small boost to Glintstone sorcery skills, which includes our Glintstone Dart. For my talismans, I am using the Shard of Alexander for more damage from our skill, as well as the Godfrey icon for even more damage when our skill is charged. These two talismans in combination with our armor set make the Glintstone projectile hit very hard. My last two talismans don't matter as much, but I have the Dragon Crest Great Shield for more defense and the Dagger Talisman for more critical attack damage. Critical attacks aren't the focus of this build, but the lunging follow-up attack of our skill does do a pretty good amount of stance damage, so we do get stance breaks every now and then, for which this talisman comes in handy. It also helps out if we pull off backstabs, plus our weapon already gets a 110 critical modifier being a dagger. For the Flask of Wondrous Physic, I am using the Magic Shrouding Crack tier for more magic damage, as well as the Green Burst Crystal tier for more stamina recovery to make up for our low stamina. And that is all I have for this Glintstone Kris build. Here is an overview of our setup from the menu screen. Thank you for watching, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.